Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Elsie. You have reached 10 of Cups Tarot. So if you meant to do that, you're in the right place. I'm doing a reading right now, a general reading. If you know what that means, please look down below in the description. A general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer today. So if you have come here and you are brand new, welcome, welcome. I hope that you'll consider hitting the subscription button before you leave and possibly like the video. That's the way that I get my name out there, the way people can see me, and the way I can keep offering you free content. So I really appreciate that if you could do that for me. And if you are coming back because you are a cuppy and you have been for a while, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you and your time that you take to watch the videos. Oh, had one card just fly right out there. I have already prayed over these cards, so I am just going to ask for the highest good of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Wow, for the sign of Cancer, please. I shuffle today. I'm telling you, I don't know if the cards have more energy than I can handle today, but I keep boxing all the cards. Oh, my goodness. I'm a hot mess today, guys. Some days I can rule the world, and other days I fall over putting my pants on. So, just like everyone else. All right. Alrighty. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer, please. Just going to cut. So the way I do it is the first card that I pull is the overall energy for the reading. And then I'm going to draw 4 more cards. And with those 5 cards, I'm going to be able to take a peek into what your energies have been in the last little while. So that would be the past energies. So I'm going to ask for 5 cards, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer until the end of January, please. There's 1. Oh, sorry, that's 2. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer, please. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right, let's see what we've got here. Okay. So first of all, the overall energy here is the 5, the 5 of Wands. And to me, this is a bit of strife. This is not necessarily all out war, but this is how can I say? To me, this is almost like a speed bump. It's like you had an argument, you know, something that was something that had been coming for a while, and it looks like argumentative energies is what it is. So not necessarily that you had an argument, but argumentative energies. So this could be, I feel like something that is coming, or that has been happening recently for you, but it's sort of like, I'm going to call it sparring. It's not really negative information flowing back and forth, but it's almost like it's sparring. It's like, yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. You know, it's sparring back and forth. So that's the energy I feel with the 5 of Wands for you. Although I feel like this sort of information is keeping you up at night, though, Cancer, I feel like you're not able to, that you're not able to discern what sort of kind of argument this might have been. Was it an argument that you should worry about? Should it be keeping you up at night? You know, the things that they said and the things that they did, the communications and connections that you had with this person, is it really something you should be worrying about? Is this a hiccup? I have a feeling that maybe you spoke up or someone else spoke up to you and it just didn't go down well. So it causes, you know, not necessarily staying up at night, but, you know, always on your mind, always rolling over. It's the thing you're going to think about when your head hits the pillow. So I feel like this is something that may have just happened, but had been coming for a while. Maybe there were some, I don't know if they were harsh words. I think that they were just words that you didn't expect. And then maybe you spoke up and that person got quiet. The thing is that you have your strength here. So this is the card of Leo, but your strength is here. So it's okay for you to speak up. It's okay for you to say what you need. I mean, we all need to. And if more people would do this, in a relationship, there would be more relationships together. I get a lot of people coming to me and asking me if their relationship is going to work, when all they really need to do is open up communication and ask the person, their person, if they're going to be staying in the relationship with them or not, or continuing a relationship or starting a relationship. It's not really anything that has to go through me, you guys. You know, you can always just stand up and ask for what you need. I know it's scary. It is. It's scary for all of us. We all go through the same thing. But yeah, just asking for what you need is probably the best idea. I have a feeling, though, that you are feeling like you can't say anything because there is some deceit here. You feel as though this person might be lying to you. So even if you were to say to them, I am in love with you, are you in love with me or not? That you have a feeling that that person might say yes and not really be in love with you, just trying not to make waves, or that this person is saying no, but they really do love you, and therefore this relationship can't move forward. It's always good to have the energy of the King of Swords. Speaking your mind is exactly what you need to do in order to, you know, get rid of most of this. I'm not saying all of it, but most of it. Sometimes really all it takes is a conversation and just opening up dialogue, and, you know, using those swords before they get to this position here, the Seven of Swords, before they get into a defeating sort of indecisive miscommunication, I think is what it is. I feel like it's miscommunication. It's something you won't ask and something they won't say. Or it was something either you or they spoke up about and you were not honest with them. You were not honest with them about how you felt about the conversation. Of course, I just dropped a card. Hang on. All right. So overall energy, 5 of Wands, argumentative, speed bump, not really agreeing with each other on the things that are going on. Let's see what we've got for the current energies here for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Cancer, please. There is 1, 2, oh, 3, look at that. Two more cards, please, for the current energies for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. All right, there we go. What do we have here? I feel like you're stuck in a mindset, Cancer, one that you can't get out of. I mean, we can all choose to think differently. Really, guys, that's all it is. We can choose to think differently. I thought my way out of a marriage I no longer wanted to be in. We can all choose to change our mind about the things that we think about. What I see here is, in the current energies, is that I think that you are defensive, Cancer. I think you're defensive. You are unsure about being vulnerable. By the way, vulnerability is the sexiest thing ever. So if you're wanting to attract somebody, practice vulnerability. I'm not saying floodlighting. I'm not saying throw all your crap in their face, you know, about when you were 2 years old forward. I'm just saying being vulnerable, admitting that you're fallible, you know, things like, I'm a hot mess. I know that I am. You know, it's a little bit of vulnerability, right? I know I'm a hot mess. I am the channel only for these readings, and you know, I am living my life, you know, putting my legs in my pants one day at a time, like you are, and none of us is subject to any less than that. We are all human. We are all capable of making errors in judgment. So that being said, I do feel that you're feeling a little closed off at this time. So I do see this 4 of coins here, and the 4 of coins, the 4 of pentacles, it is someone who is very closed off to making decisions. And the person who is in that sort of energy of the 4 of pentacles is someone who is not willing to budge on an idea, someone who is not willing to see past their own mistakes, or someone who's just not willing to get vulnerable, to open up, and that's in money, love, anything. You're just not willing to open up. You are juggling. So I do see that right now. So you have something on the go here that keeps your hands full, and you don't really have the energy right now to do anything but hold that pentacle up to your heart and be sure that you are not hurt. That being said, I think you're also worrying about your money. So this information from the past energies here may have been, this is probably you feeling that people are trying to deceive you in terms of love or money, which has thrown you into this Four of Coins, which is keeping you closed off and not wanting to have your heart hurt. Everybody's like that. Nobody wants to get their heart hurt. That being said, though, some people are willing to take a chance. You have a lot going on right now in your life, and you're trying to keep balance. You're really trying to keep all of the balls in the air at this time. You've got a lot on your plate right now, and so it looks like whatever you're trying to offer is been put on the back burner. So something that you want to take in slowly, or you want someone to take in slowly, or someone to come in slowly to you, depending on who this reading is for. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. We know that, and the reason he's slow moving is because he is an earth sign, and earth signs are very much about moving slowly, making sure all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. Virgos are very much like that. Capricorns will be counting the cash. And Taurus just doesn't really jump into anything really quickly. And so this is ground energy. This is very slow moving energy, but very accurate, very highly accurate information. So when this comes in, this guy gets across the finish line. He gets to his point of destination, because that's what he is intending. And Taurus, if nothing, is reliable and will not even Virgo and Capricorn, if nothing else, they're reliable and they will get done the thing that they put their mind to. I'm showing that you're a little bit exhausted, though. I'm showing that either life has exhausted you, maybe you're not feeling well, maybe you are feeling okay except mentally drained. So whatever has been happening with you lately has thrown you into the Nine of Wands. So just one more wand and then you can drop those burdens, but it's exhausting carrying around these burdens and waiting for one more strike. And I don't blame you, really. The unfortunate thing is that this Nine of Wands has come up with the Devil. So I don't only think that you're exhausted, I think that you're exhausted to something you feel that you don't have the power to change. So the Devil energy here is a Capricorn energy, and I'm not saying Capricorn is the devil, but it is the Capricorn energy. And it is, this energy is about addictions. It's about feeling chained to something that you don't feel you have the power to change. Being chained to something you don't have the power to change, or you feel that way, like the monkey on your back, like you're in an addiction of some kind, drinking, smoking. What an addiction is, whatever it is that takes place of real life. So it could even be playing video games. It could be playing tiddlywinks if you do it too much and don't get your life stuff done. But what I'm seeing here is not only are you exhausted, but you're exhausted and you're scared. You're scared. You feel chained to something you no longer want to be chained to. You're just, this thing that is chained to you has been running down your energy. So if at all possible, if you can get rid of that devil energy, that's really going to be your best bet. I have a feeling that the devil energy has something to do with this here too as well. I feel like you feel someone is trying to snow you, or someone is trying to... Someone's trying to get you while you're down. Like, I feel like someone is trying to, take advantage of the fact that you aren't at full power right now. I don't know that that's true. I do see that at the top of the reading here, at the crowning of the reading, is strength. And all the Cancers that I know are so very strong. So you are strong enough to be able to speak your mind. So if you have something that you need to say, I believe that you should do it. I believe that speaking your mind is what is exhausting you, that you've been kicking ass and taking names this January, and perhaps it's just exhausting you because you're in this energy, and this energy will drain you. The devil energy will drain you pretty quick. I am showing that there is the Three of Wands under the deck, which means that you're waiting for something. The Four of Pentacles is kind of a waiting energy as well. It's about waiting to feel vulnerable enough, feel safe enough to remove that pentacle from your heart and open up a little bit to whoever might come along. Not everyone is going to hurt you like you've been hurt in the past. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I got 4 cards for the future. Four of Swords is about keeping your energy up. It's about saying the things you need to say in meditation, in manifestation. It's about healing. It's about laying down and making sure that you are rested enough, mind, body, and soul, to be able to continue to move forward. This person here is at the ready with his sword. It looks like he's been hurt in the past. It's interesting that we do see that it looks like there is a Knight of Swords in his dreams. And so that might be why he is holding his sword at the ready, which is really interesting just to say, because the Knight of Swords is right here. The Knight of Swords is right next door. It's interesting that he would be dreaming about a Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is right here. So he is at the ready. He feels as though he's going to be attacked, or that he is going to be... that anytime he gets comfortable, he's going to be shaken out of his comfortable place. So he tends not to get comfortable. This guy here tends not to get too comfortable because he's worried about whoever's coming to charge in. Right now, that is the willy-nilly knight, as I call him. He is the energy that is... So again, first of all, we're not reading gender here. We're reading energy. And when I'm reading the energy, I see this energy, the Knight of Swords is running in there. I think you're going to be almost blindsided or sideswiped, because the energy of the Knight of Swords is very fast-moving energy. Someone wants to come in to speak to you about something, and this is you. You're just like, I just need to rest, man. I can't do it. I have no more energy for that. I can't do it. This person is, though, coming in with passionate messages. So this is the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands comes in with passionate messages. The Page of Wands has made a change of mind. And so instead of going, back to the same old thing, they decide to, go that way, just on a whim. So the Page of Wands is bringing in passionate messages. The Page of Wands moves pretty quick as well. So we've got a Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands energy is leading us to the Tower. So you are expecting something, and I have a feeling that you rightfully so are expecting something with the Tower being here. It could be something to do with the Page. So the Page is someone who's younger than you usually, or you're younger than them, and it's some sort of an age difference of some kind. And that person might have the information that you need in order to pull you through this Tower moment here. The Tower moment, I feel as though is being... I think the Tower moment is not a major tower. That's not what I feel. I don't feel that anything major is shaking up. What I feel, though, is that the energy of the devil is here, and the energy of the devil is making this feel like a worse thing than it is. Now, we all know that the Tower comes to change things up. I mean, the reason the Tower is dropped in a reading like this is because you have not taken the time to take care of what's on the back burner. You thought you'd just leave it there. It was going to be there when you got back, and then you came back and it was gone. That might be the Tower moment. That might be what I'm reading here in this past energy. The past energy with you being strong, but, speaking your mind and then feeling as though you were deceived in that conversation. So I do see here that coming up on the end of the page. So the page could even be a child. It could be, you know, someone who is really passionate about what they do. If it's a child at school, maybe they have a project that you can't help them with. I don't think that's that kind of tower. I have a feeling the tower has to do with somebody spoke up. Somebody felt as though the person they were speaking with was lying to them, and then felt exhausted and drained from this energy. So I feel like these two, it came out like this, I feel like these two are in cahoots, and it's never good having deceit and the devil. So even though this person maybe is just holding back and not telling you if they love you, if they hate you, if whatever it is, that the energy of the devil just makes that all the much worse, because you know, it shines, not shines, but sort of throws shade on things that that maybe you could have gotten through, you know, but the energy of the devil is here. And then feeling alone, right? Because the Nine of Wands is exhausted. The wounded warrior is exhausted and alone, left alone to fight the last action against him. So you could also be feeling very alone at this time as well. At the bottom of the deck, I do see Temperance. So just urging you to make sure that you're in balance, make sure you're healing, make sure you're connecting to Source on the things that you need to negotiate or speak about or ask for. If you are not meditating or manifesting, there's lots of information on YouTube and the universe, I was going to say and the universe, and the World Wide Web about how to meditate and about manifestation and how to do that. I'm going to pull 3 more cards now for the future energies. Okay, so I have a feeling this has something to do with the Empress. So since she is the mother of the deck, the person that I'm speaking to is probably male, but it doesn't mean that you cannot have the energy of the Empress. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy, and you just may feel more in touch with your feminine than your masculine. It doesn't matter if you're female or male. So although this is the mother of the deck, I do have a feeling as though it could be anyone, female or male, that is just identifying with the divine feminine side more than the divine masculine. And it's possible. It happens all the time. I know that sometimes when I get out of balance, I define more with my masculine side. So what I'm trying to say is the person that I'm speaking with may be a male because this is the Empress and she's the mother of a deck. However, it could be someone who is, this reading could be for someone who is a woman and who is also the Empress or has the energy of the Empress, or the person you're dealing with has the energy of the Empress. I do see that with the Empress is coming some sadness and disappointment. So disappointment, maybe some regret. I have a feeling that the Cancer that I'm speaking with, this to me all looks relationship related. It looks to me as though you were trying to hide in your crab shell and somebody knocked on that shell and said, come on out of there, I have something to say. And when that person said what they had to say, that caused a tower moment for you. It caused you to go back inside the shell and think it over a little more. I have a feeling it has something to do with an Empress. I also see that there is regret here, that maybe you're regretful about the way that you handled things. The thing is that she's got, you know, these 3, she's got 2 here and then 3, but there's 2 here that are still full. She is really focused on what she's lost here, but she's not seeing that there's 2 cups here, and 2 cups in the minor arcana is love. So she's totally missing out on her blessings because she's so fixated on what she no longer has. This could be the Empress. Absolutely it could be. This could be the energy of the Empress. This could also be your energy, Cancer. I feel as though It may have been someone that you thought was your ideal partner. The Hierophant is here. The Hierophant also comes into play when it's someone, you know, it can also be a corporation. So this could be something about work, although what I'm seeing here, I don't think it's about work. I have a feeling that it is, in fact, about a love relationship. And this Hierophant has to do with marriage. So I feel as though because this Tower is touching this Hierophant as well, I just feel as though either a relationship broke up, or you're in a separation, or in the middle of a divorce. I also see there's some regrets here. I don't know if they're huge regrets, but I have a feeling it's like something you're like, oh, I could have done better at that. And it's something that you feel as though you cannot correct. So these two cards coming out together, though, looks to me like you have a disappointment in some sort of a relationship, that you feel as though you could have done better. You could have come out with the Empress energy, used your intuition, and just stayed close to source and decided your answer. But instead, you kind of just, you know, jumped off the ledge, and now you feel a little bit disappointed about how things have started for you, or how things have ended, I should say. I am showing the Three of Cups here. This could be a celebration, but it could also be a third-party connection. So this could have to do with something about a third party. We've got 3 cards left in the reading here. Just going to pull the last 2. Oh, I have them all boxed. Sorry. Shuffled the wrong side of the deck. There's one more card, please, for this reading. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so the thing is that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Once you get all this stuff here cleaned up, you're going to be pushed into a clean slate. So, card of Jupiter, and you know, Jupiter brings gifts. So the Wheel of Fortune is really a gift. It's fortune, it's money, it's love, it's everything, it's abundance. So the abundance word kind of covers it all. So yes, this wheel is here to tell you that it's time for you to move forward in your life. And if that means going into hermit mode and ghosting people and just figuring out what it is that you need to do in your life next, then that is what you should do. The hermit doesn't take anything with him. All he takes is what he's learned and, you know, just the clothes on his back, and he just goes somewhere where he can think by himself, for himself. But it looks like, you know, the wheel is moving in your favor. It's trying to push you towards making a new decision or seeing things from a different perspective. Oops. Last card. Judgment. It's time to make a decision. Are you going with it, or are you not going with it? The decision you have to make is one about a relationship, I believe. This is about resurrection. It's also about making decisions, starting things brand new. It's about righting wrongs. So if you feel like, if you are in the energy of this Five of Cups here, this disappointment and discouragement, that you can very easily get that person on the phone, on Facebook, some sort of social media, and apologize. This is about resurrection. It could be a resurrection of an old friendship, an old love ship, an old kinship, an old, you know, flame. It could be someone you haven't talked to in a while, or someone that you just left behind because that's what you had to do because you outgrew them or they outgrew you. But nonetheless, this is the Judgment card, and it looks like probably in the month of January, you're going to make a clearer decision about this. All right, Cancer, that's all I have. If you have anything you want to say to me, please leave me a comment or send me an email, elsie@tenofcupstarot.ca. I am open for readings, private readings. So if you do want a private reading, please know that there are ways to get a hold of me in the description. And have a good night. Thanks for coming by, Cancer. Bye-bye.